So don't miss the irony that this is going to be a fast talk on slow medicine. So what is slow medicine? Slow medicine is the way to care for elders. It's the way to care. Instead of responding in a crisis, you're going to plan for it deliberately. So see this face? I want late life to be as recognizable as a terrible 2-year-old. And that's what I hope to do today. You can use this in your communities, but more importantly, I want you to use it for your parents, your friends' parents, your neighbors' parents. Elder care does not have to be crisis-driven. It can be thoughtful and staged out. So I want you to remember what the stations are. You see this face? This face is the face of every client that I work with. They're shocked, overwhelmed, scared, and what they say is, I wasn't expecting this. I was not expecting this. I'm not sure what they were expecting, but they weren't expecting what's there. So there's 8 stations, and there's 5 guiding principles. This will do for you with elders what the book, What to Expect When You're Expecting, did for the young parent with a new child. You're going to give this book out to everyone you know. The first station is stability. Everything's fine. Dad's golfing, he's volunteering, he's out in the community. The kids are bragging about their 90-year-old parent. And then the next stage is compromise. You guys are going to recognize this. There's a stained shirt. There's a missed appointment. There's a phone call that was forgotten. And that's the compromise stage. There's a little niggling that something's not quite right. And then comes the crisis. Isn't she cute? The broken hip, the infection, the hospitalization. And after this crisis is a recovery time. And I will tell you that the recovery time, life will never be the same after that hospitalization. Too often it's hospital, rehab, home, hospital, rehab, home. Recovery becomes a new normal. After recovery is the decline. I love this face because the physical body is declined, but what you'll see that grows are the intangibles. Wisdom, priority setting, discernment. There's a physical decline, but a growth in the intangibles. Prelude to dying. This can go on for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and it's hallmarked by a change in spirit. She's not quite the same. Her world is a little smaller, focusing on mealtime, and then death. And I look at a good death, and slow medicine looks at a good death as where you want, when you want, with who you want. And your choices are made slowly and deliberately. And then there's grieving. These guys are real. These guys had a breakfast club and they lost their buddy. And there was loss. And we all talked about it. And there's a grieving and a time of legacy that's the last station in slow medicine. And the principles. Elder care is complex. Financially, families, medically, emotionally, socially, it is a complex, that's a guiding principle. The second principle is there's a need for interdependence. The elder says, I don't need help. And they do. Not dissimilar to that of a teenager who wants full autonomy, but you got to balance those risks with their abilities and their judgment. Here it is. Slow communication with patients. Have you ever watched your colleagues or your families try to rush an older person? It will blow up in your face. Patience is a guiding principle. Steadfast advocacy. This is my 94-year-old Alice. No appointment to an elder in their 80s should be unaccompanied. Every doctor's appointment, the emergency room, the hospital, you have to be there steadfastly advocating for them. And the last principle is kindness no matter what. This is a 90-year-old who had no family, and the staff members stayed with her on a Sunday afternoon in the park to celebrate with her. Kindness no matter what. I'm leaving you with the bibliography and the book. I suggest you buy it. This is the way to care for older adults. The book's called My Mother, Your Mother. It's written by Dr. McCullough. He is a fabulous man and a fabulous speaker. And I believe that this is going to be how we all learn and care for older adults, regardless of where you are, in what community, and in your personal and private life. Thank you.